kitchen is finished and I am so happy with the way it turned out. I had a vision in my head and it actually turned out even better than I was expecting. We kept the same layout of the kitchen, but we changed the doors. So all the door fronts were removed and drawer fronts and redone. So what we did was a small shaker with a little reveal just to make it a little bit different than your traditional type of shaker. We also had them painted a gorgeous deep green color called Laurel Woods from Sherwin-Williams, and I don't think I could have chose a better color. One of the reasons why we chose the color was because of our existing countertops. What was a big surprise for us is when we changed the color of the cabinets, the feel of the countertops changed too. In fact, our friends and family that came over were like, "I love your new countertops." We're like, "They're not the new countertops. They're the ones we've had for more than a decade." So it just goes to show you that a simple thing like color choice can make a huge difference in your home. The backsplash is just absolutely beautiful. I love the matte finish. Every tile is handmade, hand cut, and then they're fired in a kiln. So we get all these different varieties, which makes it look very organic. And I did add, like I mentioned earlier, in the crosses, every once in a while I added in a gloss. And I can't tell you that different times of the day with the sunlight coming in or night lighting, you see the crosses, the sheen of them every once in a while in a different spot. So it keeps the wall very interesting. I want to mention the floating shelves. They are actually solid wood, and typically when you use solid wood, you have to use brackets underneath to support it. However, we have friends at Unique Wood Furniture who I've used several times. They only work with solid wood. And I talked to them about floating shelves and how we could get solid wood floating shelves. And they came up with a new install system, something exclusively used in our home that allowed us to have solid wood shelves without the brackets to support them underneath. So we had the durability and the strength that you don't find in most floating shelves. I honestly, as the designer, was struggling with the look of the vent hood. We were talking about putting wood all over it, and I was thinking that was just going to become such a focal point versus the whole back wall being a focal point. And I started thinking about Venetian plaster, and Jeff was able to find someone local that was trained in Italy on Venetian plaster. It's an ancient technique, and it has limestone and marble mixed into the plaster, and they can also tint it to the color that you want. So we wanted to go just a little bit off the wall color so that there was a little bit of contrast, but not a distinct contrast. And the process was a 4-day process because of all the drying in between. And then what they actually do is they burnish the limestone and the marble into the finish so that you get this look of stone. It's cool to the touch, just like stone is, and it just is a beautiful process and a beautiful result. The entire kitchen has been on my mind for several years, and it's just a process of collecting all those thoughts and putting them together. One of those thoughts was about the handles. I saw in a magazine the wood and the brass. I was like, I absolutely love that combination in a handle. So I was able to find them on Etsy. We ordered them, got them in, and they were a little bit too red for what I wanted. So we hand sanded each one of them down and restained them so that they blend a little bit more into the color scheme of our house. When it came to the lighting and fixtures, I knew that I wanted to incorporate brass into the kitchen. So one way we did that is we added lighting on the backsplash, and I decided to use armatures because I love the look of armatures. It's very dimensional, and then we carried that over into the handles on the cabinet, the fixture at the sink, and even our pendants. One on its own is beautiful, but when you put them all together, it's the most amazing results. So there's one tip I want to share with you guys. I have done renovations for clients, and it's always a process, there's always hiccups, and we were put to the test in our own renovation with things ordered incorrectly, dents, colors, but we had a vision and we wanted to stick to that vision. If you have a vision and you know what you want, it is worth the patience to wait for those items to come in and get it correct so that you will have an end result that you will love for years to come. So I want to thank all of you for following me through this renovation of our kitchen. We have more exciting upcoming projects that you'll see from beginning to end. So please follow us on the YouTube channel, Instagram, and Facebook.